Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. My name's Audison and I'm really proud to introduce another behind the sound video. Today's video is volume 2 about the Audi RS3 sound system that we've upgraded it with. In today's video, I'm walking you around a little bit of an overview of what happened in volume 1, but also going through the upgrades that we've carried out and kind of going through in a little more technical detail of what we've actually installed today. So in terms of what we've got in terms of these front doors, this was covered in volume 1, so if you haven't done so already, make sure you head over, press the subscribe button so you don't miss another one of our videos. Customer was after basically a stock look system, and that's exactly what we've achieved. We've gone for an Audison Voce front end. Customer was after a stock look, that's why we've gone for this set, plus these perform really nicely, plus acoustically soundproof the vehicle too. We've gone for the Audison Voce AV 1.1 in a stock location tweeter in the A-pillar, then we've got the 6.5-inch driver in a stock location too down the door. This car, this RS3, didn't come in with Bang&Olufsen, so that was the upgraded system from factory. However, this now well and really truly surpasses the actual system that was actually from Bang&Olufsen anyway. But inside the doors, what we've done is acoustically treated that using something called Skin's 3mm layer. Basically, it's a 3mm layer, it's a bit bigger than an A4 sheet as an actual layer, but that's been applied to the back of this area, the central layer that actually holds the actual speaker, plus the back of the panel here. In terms of what that does is it reduces rattles, resonations that you're getting from factory door cards, but also actually building a far better acoustic environment for the new sound system to work in. So that's basically in the door. We cover that all in volume 1, so make sure you, if you haven't done so already, skip back over to that and watch that video. But in terms of the rear doors, what we've done is gone for a coaxial speaker. Again, using the Audison Voce range, they perform really nicely and give a real nice rear feel. We've used that coaxial speaker to basically enable us to have less channels of amplification in the system, but also provide more power to the front end, which we'll go through on the application stage in the boot area. But overall, it creates that rear feel. They play really nicely. You've got a coaxial speaker. So the difference between a coaxial speaker and a component speaker is the fact that you've actually got the tweeter built into the cone design on the rear speaker here. So we've got components in the front with a separate tweeter, bringing that sound stage up and higher up in the vehicle. Then what we've got is a coaxial speaker down at the bottom. That's where the tweeter is actually built into the cone as a design to basically normally use as rear fill, but also has different applications depending on vehicle. Now, this is where the party happens at the back. Customer was after a stock look and retaining majority of his floor. So what we've actually managed to do is, as the floor sits down here, it has had to be risen up slightly. However, it looks completely stock. It's really nice as a system. This is actually the stock floor. We've basically just added little feet on the sides of it, and as you can see underneath here. So what we've got here is the factory battery. Customer was after retaining this side of the boot area to basically keep retention of the material here, but also adding in the tire pressure servicing parts there as well. But the main thing is everything's very neat, tidy, but this isn't just in neat and tidy on display. This is all very neat and tidy behind the scenes. That's very important on an install. We're actually doing currently a rectification install on a system currently, and yes, cosmetically from the outside it looked okay. However, behind the scenes it just wasn't neat enough, and it's actually caused issues with the system. These systems are sensitive, they are high quality products, but they need to be installed by a professional and also installed to very high standards. As you can see here, all the cables are labeled up as well, which is quite nice. That means anyone else, whether it was James that carried out most of the install on this, but if one of our other guys work on the car or someone else works on the car, for instance, in the future, they know exactly what's going on and they can label everything and put everything back to where they put it. In terms of system, we're using an Audison Prima Active 10-inch sub, providing loads of bass, plus we've got a little controller mounted in the front in a very discreet location. That is basically sat under there and actually mounted and bonded to the floor. However, this whole system can be fully reversed. It can completely go back to stock. All of the investment in the equipment can actually be moved and actually moved to another vehicle, which is really nice. So you're not actually losing that equipment in this vehicle. And the other nice thing that we've done is got all the fusing on display, so it's nice and serviceable. So we've got 3 fuses there. All our cabling and wiring and connections is all by a manufacturer called Connections Wiring. In essence, basically, that is three fuses, two for the amps, and then one is for the actual sub here as well. They're obviously fused individually on the product size. However, we take extra precautions, and there's a plus, and that's the additional fusing straight from the battery to those amps. In terms of the amplification stage, what are we running? We're running two amplifiers, running the whole system near enough. They're Audison SR4.500 amplifiers, really nice, compact amplifiers that are basically running the system. So you might be thinking, well, if you've got two 4-channels, you've got 8 channels of amplification there. However, you've got tweeters, you've got drivers in the door, you've got coaxial speakers, and you've got a sub. The sub has a designated amp by itself, so that is an active sub, so it's got an amplifier built into it. Plus, basically the way we've wired the system to give more power and more sort of presence at the front of the vehicle is we'll use one 4-channel amp to basically run the tweeters at the front, and then to run the other 2 channels on that amp are actually running the rear speakers, the coaxial speakers. Then the other 4-channel amp is what's called bridge. So we're running it as a 2-channel amp and actually running more power, getting the most out of that amplifier and driving the front door speakers, the 6.5-inch drivers, to give a little bit more depth. Due to the actual customer's music taste, we actually sat down with the customer, went through everything step by step, actually designed spec, and then gone through the whole install process, plus being updating the customer. And that's what these videos are also about, showing the customer exactly what we've done behind the scenes, but also for you guys, if you're interested in something like this, you know exactly how it's done behind the scenes, what it's going to look like behind the scenes if your work is carried out here at Cambridge Car Audio. In terms of the system, it's really nice. We've still yet to tune it and do the final setup. However, really happy with the overall products, the way they're fitted into the vehicle, how we've done the install, but also sonically how this is going to sound. Already straight out of the box without any setup, it's sounding incredible. But overall, we're really happy with the finished product. We're going to be doing a couple more videos, filming them a bit later on today, just to showcase a little bit more about the install that we're doing. However, hopefully you've enjoyed the series on the behind the sound on the RS3. If you would like any other bits and pieces included in these bits of content for the behind the sound footage, make sure you drop a comment below and we'll try to include that in future videos. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video and press the like button. Also share the video and subscribe. But thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.